Okay, wanted to share a real life current day situation that had to be kind of analyzed a little bit and reviewed to see if it was going to do a bust on this person's claim that has been ongoing for quite some time. It's a client uh claimant who had an initial case, was denied, and the appeal for reconsideration is pending. Well, actually, it has now been filed, but it was pending at the time. So I always tell my clients, if you're going to try to go back to work part-time, speak with me first. Let's discuss which job you're looking at. Um, let's analyze to make sure you don't work and earn more than would be allowed. Because remember, if you're earning over SGA, substantial gainful activity, you are going to be denied at step one of the process. So as soon as SSA finds out about it, you will be denied summarily. So I was inquiring, I had gotten word that there was a new job that had just been started, and I totally understand that. I mean, particularly with single individuals that don't have a partner who can kind of pull them along during the wait, and support the household and keep the bills paid to some degree. When it's a single person, they sometimes have to get out there, pain, and whatever's going on, and get some sort of income coming in so they don't get evicted. So in this case, the person went out and got a job, a part-time job. Now, I will say it is the type of duties involved includes a lot of walking and standing. And this is a person who has pain with the feet and the legs and the back. So it's not really the best kind of job, but when you're looking at unskilled and looking for part-time, that might be all you're going to get. Now, it's not an 8-hour day. It's something less than that. So what we had to do, and I didn't like that it wasn't apprised of it before it came to be, but it was pretty soon thereafter, like a week. So to determine, whether to appeal, um, or what to diary out to check if one is going to appeal despite this work. First, we had to find out, is this work de facto going to cause a step one denial? So we did the math, got the hours. I also had her fill out a form that we use to get the details of the job so we can know a little bit more about the duties that are going on. And anyway, the amount of money earned for this part-time job, even though the hours were kind of heady, like 25 and over, the amount paid per hour was low enough so that the monies, assuming the same amount of hours each week, and then I times it by 4.3 because there's on average 4.3 weeks to the month when you spread it over the year. And I always want to kind of get at the maximum. That was still a little bit under SGA, not a lot under SGA, but SGA just went up to 1550 in 2024. So this is slightly below that. So there is no bar to it de facto based on the money. So that's a good thing. The um, the physical parts of the job, mostly the standing, I know it's already causing this person severe pain. So I'm not sure how long this job will last. Which is unfortunate because the person really needs the money. So we went ahead and appealed and included, of course, in there the change in activity of the job. I mean, you have to, but made it clear that it's under SGA. So I am anticipating that she will probably get an SSA 821. She's an employee, not self-employed. And that's when we will attach all the pay stubs that will show the amount of hours and the pay, and that is under SGA. So I already got my eyeball on that in the near future. Probably, yeah, probably in a few weeks. So we'll get that rolling before it's even asked for, of course. Now, if her work went slightly over SGA, and by the way, if she gets a raise, it will, and that's a problem. If it does, the question always is, well, do you withdraw your claim or do you not? I would be tempted to, um, let the work attempt continue because maybe it will be something the person can be successful at, but it doesn't mean you have to withdraw your claim at that moment. You would have to tell the SSA that you're working though, because that's kind of an obligation when you're making a claim to keep them apprised. If the work attempt that is over SGA doesn't succeed in lasting at least 6 months because of the disabilities, the pain, the limitations, all that, then that later on, while we keep the claim going, even if it means appealing because it gets denied due to work or any other reason, um, we can argue, if it's appropriate, that the SGA work attempt that lasted, say, 4 months was a failed work attempt due to the disabilities. And if we succeed in that, and if later on, let's say at hearing, in hindsight, she had this work episode for a few months, and we argue that, and the judge sees that the medical evidence really does point to disability, he can then find that that was a failed work attempt. It doesn't interrupt any of the case from the beginning time until the ALJ hearing. And if he awards her, that would be part of her disability period. It won't count negatively. She doesn't have to pay back any money. She's not going to be deprived of Social Security disability payments for those months that she did that failed work attempt and got paid. That would be true even if she made huge monies. I think that might be something that they're trying to change so that while you could still win for the months that you did earn where you weren't seemingly disabled for that short period of time, you shouldn't get SSD for those months. I don't know if that will ever come to be. I don't know if the logistics of working out which months and how much could end up proving to be perhaps even more costly than not paying those monies to begin with. I don't know, but for now, and as long as I've been practicing, it is never something you have to pay back. So, but just worth noting that if you do go to work part-time, it could be SGA or it could be not SGA. In my case, it was not SGA. Is it still an issue? It is something we have to keep in our minds because it does show she's, as of now, working this amount. Will it show that she's able to do that amount? Will that imply to somebody that, well, if she could do that amount of hours, she could do another 10 or 15 hours a week? We'll just have to see. I don't know that the job will last that long. A lot of times I see people try and then it's just too much pain and then they stop. So, it's hard when, certain jobs, it's hard to get a job that works with your disabilities, um, to begin with. So a different job would probably be more doable for her on a part-time basis, less pain. But if that job isn't available, isn't close enough to home, isn't hiring right now, that's just not the way it's going to happen. But anyway, when you do, if you are trying to work part-time, if you have a rep, tell them. If you don't, I would definitely, and you have a claim pending, you're going to want to tell the SSA, but do make sure you clarify, if it's less than SGA, do the math. And how difficult it is. Maybe when you get home, you fall right into bed because you're in so much pain and you need to get up for the next day. I always kind of urge my people to, if you're going to get a job, do it where it's going to be least damaging to your body. Alternating days, short shifts, 3 5-hour shifts a week. That would be 15 hours, alternating days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that kind of thing are some of the more helpful things that can help sustain part-time work, help you bring in that money while not causing too much pain. Okay, anyway, so that was that. I didn't know where that case was going at that moment, but we are pursuing because we just don't know where that's going to go, and it was not SGA. And certainly there's no way she could be doing a full-time job of that nature. So now the job is to show that through medical evidence. So that is our goal, and we'll be working to that end. All right, bye guys.